Okay, so here we have a PV2000 2K amp over 2 channels. Various modes, options with it. Phenomenal bit of kit. I'll just turn it around and explain the back. Right. Speaker outputs A, B, or bridge mode if you just want to run one channel. But this is the beauty of this beast, is the inputs, outputs. You've got so many wonderful options on there. So normally you come from your mixer or mixing desk and go into your inputs. So channel A, channel B, or left and right if you like. Then if you want, that will obviously power through the amp to the outputs. Various options on here, like you can cut the low frequency for below 40 Hz. Below 40 Hz, it's not very good to have the music go down that low. It just sends a load of crap through your speakers, which you don't really want. Adds nothing to it. So to cut, push that in. There's a little button there. You need a pin or a pen just to push it in, and anything under 40 Hz it will just automatically cut out, thus saving your speakers lots of aggro that they don't really want. Crossover, you can set this so you can have it as it's got its own sort of built-in crossover. So you press the button and it will just do pure bass on the one channel, and then on the high output it will let's say for example you put your music into channel B, a line in there, and then that will operate purely just your bass, your low end frequencies, and then you can go from your high output there into channel A, and that will do just your high frequencies. So you can have your bass bins running off of one channel and your top cabs off of another channel. You can have it in stereo mode, bridge mode. Also you've got the DDT, distortion detection technique. That just eliminates again more problems that you don't want. The nice thing is with this is they've made everything optional, that you push it in and you've got the option of it not destroying your speakers, and the low cut you push it in if you want it not to destroy your speakers. If for any reason you don't want that, they've given you the option. And then so you can either go into those and then chain them up to another amp, or you could have 2 amps. Now I've used these before, 2 amps together to operate 4 bass bins and 4 top cabs, daisy chain them all. So you've got 1 amp over 2 channels doing your bass. So 2 speakers, 2 bass bins on channel A and 2 bass bins on channel B. If daisy chain them together, that makes some sort of 8 ohms each bin. 2 bins together becomes 4 ohms, and then 4 ohms onto the second channel, and then going from the high outs there off to the second amplifier to do 8 top cabinets. So 2 amplifiers will do 8 speakers, nice and efficiently. Now this is Peavey. This does what it says on the tin. It's 2000 watts. That's at 2 ohms. 4 ohms. I'll include on the listing all the specifications. But this is proper stuff, not the cheap Taiwanese import. I see a lot of these sort of Ibiza amps and you know, all the makes where it says 2K and they will be driving and distorting and hurting your speakers like crazy. miles before they get anywhere near that sort of power. This is just pure, proper quality product. It is Peavey. Everybody knows it and loves it for a very good reason. It's just built like an absolute rock, and rightfully so. It's earned its place. This amp, I've had it for a few years. It's never let me down. I don't use it a lot, purely because I don't normally need that much sort of power. But the sort of 4 or 5 times a year I do use this, and it's matching pair. It's just absolutely blows me away. A, the sound quality, and B, just the overall use of it is just phenomenal. So as I say, with these you don't need a crossover, that it does it all itself. If you want to use a crossover, you can. It uses jack inputs, which it's not the best way of doing it, but that's Peavey's choice of how to do it. It's got speak-on connections, which is the desired option. I know some amps have other things, but speak-on's really where it needs to be at. On the front there's literally just a power button on and off, and on the back you've got your volume controls. So as ever, set your volume controls to 0, turn the amp on, give it a moment just to all sort of come into life, and then just turn everything up to full. All amps like this are designed to be used at full power. I know a lot of mobile discos come along, and I've seen it done so many times, and it breaks my heart that they'll set the amps at half volume, and then they'll crank the mixer right up. And an analogy somebody used for me once was saying, think of it going down the motorway, and instead of having your foot all the way down trying to do 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour in third gear, you don't. You put it into fifth gear, and you only put your foot halfway down. So amps up full, mixer down. That's the way to do it. Right, so I've got 2 of these units for sale. I've just shown you the one here because I'm not going to lift the other one up because it's too heavy. But that's where we go. That's what we're selling. Any questions, please post, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Okay, cheers.